Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, March 17th. It is 6:22 right now. We have market opening up in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks like we are good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Down to the 8 hour, down to the 4 hour. Going down to the 30 minute, 15 minute, 10 minute, and back down to the 1 minute here. Looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, March 17th. It is 6:26 right now. We have market opening up in about 4 minutes. I just marked up liquidity over here. So the closest level of, well, these levels got knocked out already, so let me clean this up. Closest level above is at 41,459. Closest level below is at 41,388. See if these get hit here pre-market, but we'll kind of make some adjustments as we go. Hey, back. Good morning. Morning, Maria. Morning, Siobhan. Morning, Christian. Morning, everybody. Yeah, definitely ready to kick off this week. Yeah, we'll see how it ends up moving. I'm not sure if it's going to be as volatile as it was prior. March 17th right now, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if there's any news this week. Let's see. We have retail sales that came out over here at 5:30 pre-market. We have NAHB housing market index, retail inventories, business inventories. Later this week, we have housing starts, building permits, import prices, export prices, gas stock change on Friday, of course, the usual. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be Fed week. So we have the Fed interest rate decision coming out on Wednesday. So this might be pretty volatile. Maybe not today, but it'll probably be volatile on Wednesday for sure. Thursday, we have jobless claims, initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims, existing home sales. And Friday is going to be Fed day. So we have basically the Fed speaking pretty much every day this week. And then we have the Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday. So I think this week might be a little wishy-washy. It might be kind of slow Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be very, very volatile when the interest rate decision comes out. And then Thursday, we have some news also, but we'll kind of play by ear. We're not going to, we're not going to get too crazy about it here. It's going to see what happens, and then we'll we'll go from there. There goes a news candle right there. Other than that, so breakout for today is going to be a sell, guys, if anybody is looking to take it. So I'll mark it up for you guys here. I'm still not taking the breakout, not really looking to take it anytime soon. Breakout has been hitting lately, past couple months. I'll try to update the data so that you guys can see how it's been moving, but it has been, for the most part, hitting. So breakout for today is going to be a sell if you guys are looking to take it. This liquidity over here got knocked out already, so I'll just clean this up a little bit here. We got market opening up in about 10 seconds. Market opening up in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Morning, Darren. Morning, Sam. Morning, Brock. Morning, guys. All right, so market is now open. I'm going to go and mark up opening price right here. Not too much volatility here on open. We'll kind of just play by ear, follow it, see what happens here. We have the sessions right here, so price is bouncing right off the sessions. We have liquidity right there. I'm going to leave that alone for now. Let's take a look at market profile. So looking at the market profile here on the 1 minute, there's nothing here yet where price is kind of like bouncing off of. We do have, let's see, an old point of control right here, but it's kind of far down. We do have an old value high right here as well. Let's mark that red. Let me see, I'm gonna put some text here. That's an old value high right there on the 1 minute. Looking over here on the 30-minute, price isn't at the value high yet, but it is kind of pushing up a little bit. Looking over here on the 1 hour. Yeah, we don't really have any bounce points here. So, I mean, price might push up a little higher, maybe bounce off that value high. So looking at the market profile, we do have a value high sitting up here. Looking on the 30-minute, we also have that same value high right there. On the 1 hour, we have the same value high right here as well. Let's see what price is that at. 41,500. It's about around that same area. Price might come up, bounce off this value high, and come back down. But I mean, we don't know what will happen here yet. We'll see. Looks like that's probably what's going to happen here on the 1 hour. Looks like it might bounce off that, come right back down. There's nothing here on the volume profile. Looking at our clean chart, we have a big, huge candle right here. No rejections though, so we'll come back and take a look at that in a few. Now looking over here on the SR chart, see if we get some support and resistance zones marked up here on the 1 hour. So we do have a resistance here right now. We got a resistance right there. These are all 1 hour resistance points. So I'm gonna mark this up right here as 1 hour resistance. Probably turn to support. 1 hour resistance support level. Price is still pushing up higher. All right, so we got price pushing up higher. There's no end in sight here, so I'm not chasing this. Just gonna follow it through and see where this ends up going. No entries for us here yet. I'm looking for a rejection point. So price did blast through this value high. I'm gonna take that off because it's not really necessary anymore. We got price pushing past this value high. We might get up to this value high right here on the 30-minute time frame. Possibly bounce off this area here. Same with the 1 hour. So the 1 hour right here is currently at this upper value high. So what I think I'm going to be doing here is I might be waiting until 7 o'clock for entry. Reason for that is because I'm going to wait for this 1 hour candle to close and this 30-minute candle to close so that I can confirm rejections. No rejection off this point yet, so we'll kind of see what happens here in a few. There's no volume profile rejection points up here. Whole number hasn't rejected off anything yet either. So nothing on the clean chart. There just hasn't been any rejections here at all. I mean, price is close to it. It's really close to this value high. It's rejecting off the 1 hour though. So we only have one rejection right here off the 1 hour time frame. It's off this value high that was from, this is from Wednesday. So the Wednesday value high, basically price is rejecting off that right there last Wednesday. But price is so far out that there's not really anything up here. We have another 1 hour resistance up here for the resistance support zone. So I mean, price could push up a little bit higher, bounce off this resistance right here, and then come back down. So for me personally, I think I'm going to be waiting until around 7 o'clock for entry. I kind of want to see how the candle here closes on the market profile. I mean, it wouldn't really matter much because there's nothing for us to take here anyways. Buyers have been in control since this point right here, we'll say. So buyers have been in control since 628 pre-market. And there just hasn't been anything since. So I'm gonna look for this here to get exhausted. Once it's exhausted, possibly look for the, drop back to the downside. Let's take a look at the overall trend bias. So looking at the 4 hour here, it's currently bearish. You can see prices below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. The 1 hour here is bullish, as you guys can see, prices above the pivots, trend meter is green, pivots are angling to the upside. 30 minutes bullish, same thing. 10 minutes bullish, 5 minutes bullish, 1 minute bullish. So everything here is bullish except for the 4 hour time frame. So with that said, I mean, we might have a shift to the upside, but there's just nothing here to take right now at the moment. If you guys want to look for an NPSV2, I will look it up and I will mark it up for you guys. I don't have any confluences here for a buy yet, so I'm not really looking to take any buys at the moment. We do have one rejection right here off the 1 hour. So we did reject off this value high here. This was today's value high actually. Price broke and retest off that level right here at the 6 o'clock candle. So this is the 1 hour time frame. You can see price broke and closed above this level, retested off the value high right here at the 41,400, and then it pushed right through. So you do have like one strong confluence here. The thing is, price looks a bit overextended. So I don't know if this is something I would personally want to look for. Unless I get more confluences here. Price is currently at the 1 hour resistance level. This is also a break and retest off the 1 hour resistance right here. So you have a rejection here off the 1 hour resistance off the 1 minute chart on the support resistance tab here. And then you have one over here on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour kind of shifted a little bit, as you guys can see right here. It's no longer rejecting off the value high because the value highs have adjusted for today because of this big push to the upside. So with that said, I mean, I'd probably just be careful with any buys here. I think this might shift back down, if anything. Now that we look back at it, there's actually only one confluence, rejection off the 1 hour support right here. Basically resistance turned support. So this was a resistance, price broke past it, retested, and then it pushed up from there. Now it's rejecting off the 1 hour resistance. So this might be a time for it to tumble back down. We got rejection off the value highs up here. So price looks like it might be coming down from right here. Nothing off the 1 minute. So looking at the 30-minute chart, there's rejections on both ends. We have a rejection off the top end right here, rejection off the bottom end. The 1 hour doesn't have anything. Not quite. But if it does come down, the 1 hour is going to reject off this value high as well. I'm going to sit back. If you guys want to take this as a NPSV2, if the candle closes green, this could be a possible NPSV2 entry. Again, like I said, guys, I'm not taking any entries here yet. I'm going to wait. The ATR is back to normal ATR. So you can see down here, we have 25 ATR. It's not up to like 40, 50 like it was last week. The volatility here has kind of slowed down a little bit. So I'm going to sit out right now. This is an NPSV2 if you guys are looking to take it. If the candle closes green, this will be an NPSV2. The thing that you want to be careful for is that price is overextended. See how far it's pushed up so far. There's also no rejections here. So we don't have any confluences off the bottom end, except for the 30-minute. 30-minute has a rejection here off the value high, but this here rejected a long time ago. So it's about time for it to come back down. So we have two confluences, rejection off the value high and the rejection off the 1 hour support resistance right here. That's if you guys are looking to take this. It has to close green. If it doesn't close green, no entry. Hasn't closed green yet. So it looks like price is trying to turn here. It might be turning back to the downside, or it might just continue climbing back up. Who knows? We don't really know until it happens. So again, if you guys want to take this, it's up to your own risk. I'm definitely not going to take this. There's just no confluences here for me. Aside from these two, it's not enough. I need more than two confluences here for me to take this entry. There's actually a counter confluence here. So there was a break and retest down at this point, but price is currently at the 1 hour resistance now. So I don't necessarily like taking trades right at resistance. So there's only one real confluence here. Rejection off the value high from this morning on the 30-minute time frame for market profile. So if you guys want to take this, I'll mark it up for you guys again. Not taking it. I'm going to sit out of this. Wait for a better opportunity to come up a little later. Probably gonna wait closer to 7 o'clock for my entry. So I'll mark this up right here. Again, I'm not in this position, guys. This is an NPSV2. It's also engulfing. So there's an NPSV2 here with an engulfing candle. The thing here, the buyers have been in control for a while. So if I measure from down here up to here, it's been pushing up 250 points. So as you can see, it's kind of due for retracement right now. A little too far up. Yeah, Christian said candle's too big for him. I agree. Brock said it's the second visit of level. Yeah, I agree too. Brock said he's gonna wait for it to settle a little bit, setting up for a break of zone because it's also at the H4 key low. Gotcha. Yeah, it's in a tricky area right now. I mean, trade's still running, not in the position, but trade is still running. Nothing here on the market profile for the 1 minute. Yeah, nothing here on the market profile. Again, nothing really here on the 30-minute. So price has kind of adjusted a little bit. There's no longer a rejection on this bottom end. The 1 hour over here, there's nothing. Volume profile, nothing there. Price is pushing up though. We have another engulfing. So this could be an A++ setup right here if anybody's looking to take this entry. So it looks like this one's about to hit. And there's another one setting up right after. I'm not going to take this one either. Like I said, I'm still waiting for my confluences. I don't have any confluences here yet for myself. Nice. So Sam over here caught it actually. He caught the NPSV2. Got out already, so pushed it up to, it looks like he might have caught it for 20, 25, somewhere around there. I'm not in any of these positions, guys. I'm just marking it up for you guys. So this is a A++ setup. Right there. I'm not in it. Again, like I said, I need to have my confluences for me to take these entries here, which I don't. We're probably gonna get the confluences around 7 o'clock. So if this 30-minute candle closes up here, I'll be looking for a break and retest off this level here, off the value high. So I have to wait for this to close. This candle has about 17 minutes left on it. Same with the 1 hour. I'll be looking for a possible break and retest off the value high point. All right, so full TP on the MPS right here. Full TP for 30 points. The A++ setup is currently setting up right now as we speak. We'll see what happens with this one here. Again, I'm not in any positions right now, guys. These did hit TP, but I didn't take them because I just didn't have any confluences in my favor. I'm sticking to my game plan. So again, A++ setup right here, and then right here we have the well, this is the A++ setup, and this is the MPS V2. MPS V2 is already done, full TP on that one. And then we are looking for this here to keep climbing up. Sam said you take the second one too, only 20 points. And Sam has a sell waiting up there. Nice. So Sam got out of this one already, went for 20 points, and he is done with his entries. So solid work right there, Sam. And to anybody else who took these entries. Still nothing here for me. Looking for something here to play through. I'm not really play through. I'm looking for some confluences. That's the main thing I'm looking for. If there's no confluences, I'm not going to take the entry. All right, another confluence over here on the clean chart. We got a rejection off the whole number, the 700 price point. So 41,700, bounce off that point, and it is climbing higher now. Full TP on the A++ setup. So if you guys are just joining in, there's two entries that came up right here. This is an MPS V2, hit it for full TP, and then an A++ setup right here, also hit for full TP back to back. So this is a good sign. Even though I didn't have any confluences and I didn't take any of these entries, this is a good sign because it's showing that our analysis is playing through. So even though there's no confluence, the strategy standalone by itself still hit. And that's what we want to see, right? We want to see the strategies hit. For me, I'm more on the conservative side, so I need to have confluences for my entry. But you can see over here for this leg hit full TP perfectly. We had the buy signal here, price pushed up, retrace, pushed back up right here, MPS V2, climbed up a little higher, A++ setup right there, and continuation to the upside. So this is a good sign. Even though I didn't catch it, Sam here caught it, probably other people in the group also caught it, but for me personally, like I said, I'm more on the conservative side. I'm trading a lot of accounts, so I have to be on the conservative side. If I was trading like a few accounts, or if I was just trading Apex, I probably would have taken these just, because I could. But since I'm trading live funds, a lot of live funds, I obviously have to be a little more careful. So yeah, if there's anything else here that comes up, I'll mark it up for you guys, but this leg is pretty much done with. We need to have a sell signal to retrace back down, possible reversal, or we need to see a sell signal come up, retrace, and continue back up higher. Basically head and shoulders, right? Like I draw head and shoulders without drawing it out. Like I wasn't purposely drawing an inverted head and shoulders. It just came out like that. That's the setup that we're looking for. Nice. Yeah, Sam said, yeah, solid 50 pips for your analysis. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, definitely, Sam. Great work on catching those right there. So we will continue to wait here for opportunities for entry. We don't have anything here yet. Again, like I said, I'm probably going to be waiting until the 30-minute candle here closes so I can look for possible rejection points. But there's not going to be any rejection points off this candle. It's too big now. The good thing with this big candle is that we might have a drop to the downside from here. All right, the candle's pretty huge, or we might have rejection, basically break and retest. Because this thing is pretty big. If you look at this candle here, this 30-minute candle is almost 350 points. It's really, really far up. So possibly break and retest further. The market profile will also adjust once this candle closes. The 1-minute market profile is way out there. There's nothing over here for us to identify rejection points from. So there'll be a lot of adjustments here once this candle closes. We have about 12 minutes till this candle closes. Nothing for the volume profile. Nothing here for the clean chart right now. So price actually rejected off this upper 1-hour resistance level. All right, so we will kind of see what happens here. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is still bearish right now. Everything's super bullish except for the 4 hour. All right, so we'll just continue to wait here for a bit. All right, we got price starting to come down right here. We have a pending sell signal. So with that said, if this ends up dropping from this point, we'll say the sellers are back in control, or we might have some retracement at this point. The ATR is pretty normal right now. 28 ATR, so the volatility is not too crazy. Price kind of coming down a little bit. So I want this candle to close as close to the value highs here as possible. Doesn't matter if it closes above or if it closes below. I want it to close somewhere near this area right here. So I think price will come down a bit for the next probably 10 minutes or so, because I'm looking for the 4 hour and I'm looking for the 1 hour and the 30-minute here to close around this value high. So I think price will continue dropping, maybe consolidate down here a little bit. But that's pretty much where I'm expecting price to be at, this area down here. Nothing on the volume profile. Nothing here on the clean chart, but you can see our price is coming back down to this point. So price is dropping right here. There may be an MPS V2 setting up somewhere around this point. So if price has come down here, MPS V2 might set up for a sell because we'll get a rejection right here off the value high. Let's see if there's any news today. We do have some medium impact news at 7 o'clock. NAHB Housing Market Index, business inventories, and retail inventories. So I'm probably not going to take anything right here. We're getting too close to the news area. Got news right there. So again, we have an MPS V2 possibly setting up right here, but I don't have my confluences here. There's no top rejections off the 1 minute market profile, no top rejections here off the 30-minute, nothing off the 1 minute or 1 hour, nothing here off the volume profile, nothing here off the clean chart. We have a rejection here off the 1 hour resistance, but that's basically it. We have one confluence here for a rejection off the top end. If you guys want to take this, I'll mark it up for you guys, but I am not going to be taking it myself. There's not enough confluences here for me to take this entry. The candle has to close red. If it closes red, it's going to be a V1 variation engulfing. So this could possibly set up right here. Vapid's asking, does the MPS V2 work on higher time frames too? Yeah, they do. There's actually some people who apply them on the 1 hour and they do pretty well. Obviously, they turn into like swing positions or day trade positions, but yeah, people in the group do use them on the higher time frames. I personally don't because I don't swing trade or day trade like that. I just scalp because I don't like holding on to them for too long. All right, this candle here did not close red, so there's no entry there. Candle has to close red for it to be an NPS V2. So no entries here. I mean, it looks like we might have a climb back up from this point. Looks like price pushed up, retrace, continuation back up. We'll see. There's nothing here yet. Again, I'm looking for price to come down a little lower, right? Around this area right here. Looking at the clean chart, we have a rejection here off the whole number. So we have a rejection right here off the 700. Looks like there's more confluences here for a buy rather than a sell. Rejection off the 1 hour resistance level right here as well, or support, I guess. This is now support at this point. So it looks like price might be swinging back up higher. We have a bottom rejection right here, bottom rejection off the whole the clean chart for the whole number 700. Nothing here off the volume profile, nothing here off the 1 hour market profile, nothing off the 30-minute, nothing on the 1 hour or 1 minute. So it looks, to me personally, it looks like you might have some consolidation here. So I'll draw a zone right here real quick. I think we might get some consolidation until news here at 7 o'clock. It's looking like. All right, looks like we're getting some consolidation here. There's no entry for MPSV2 here yet. Again, if the candle closes red below this level right here, we have a possible opportunity for MPSV2. It's not one I would personally take, but if you guys do want to take it, obviously I'm going to mark it up for you guys here. I think we might just get some consolidation here until 7 o'clock. So we do have some medium impact news coming up. NAHB housing market index, business inventories, retail inventories. So in about 5 minutes, we have these news events coming out. NAHB housing market index is forecasted to be neutral, and business inventories is forecasted to be positive. So we'll see what happens here in a few. I mean, there's nothing here yet. If the buy signal comes up, which it did. Okay, so there's no longer sells here that we're looking for. The buyers are back in control from this point right here. So it was a short-lived push to the downside, and price is now pushing back to the upside here. So price pushed up, we had a small retracement, and now it's pushing back up right here. Buy signal, price is climbing. No rejections off the bottom end here on the market profile. So with that said, it's not really much here for me to look at specifically. We do have the rejection here off the whole number 700. Looks like price here might just consolidate as well between these two whole numbers here, the 700 and the 750. All right. I would probably just sit around, guys. Sit around and wait for the news to happen here at 7 o'clock. Once it happens, and possibly look for opportunities. But looks like the consolidation here is going to hold. All right, this is an MPS V2 setting up right here, guys. If anybody is looking to take it, an MPS V2 for a buy, it has to close above this black line right here. This green candle has to close above the black line. I'm not going to take it because there's just no confluences here for me to take the buy yet. There's no rejections here off the bottom end. So the only confluence we have here is rejection off the 1 hour resistance or support, whatever you want to consider it. The 1 hour SR level right here. It's basically a break and retest. So there's only one confluence here. I don't see anything else here for me to want to take it with. Price looks like it's just going to consolidate around this area. There's no rejection off the clean chart. Looks like we're just going to get a sideways move here until news at 7 o'clock. We have 3 minutes, about 2 minutes till news. So I would probably just sit out the market for now as it consolidates between these two whole numbers, 750 and 700 price point. Hasn't closed above it yet. So in order for this to be an MPS V2, price has to close above it. You can see nothing is happening here. It's just going sideways. And I just realized Kodi left. You probably knew this market was going to be boring today. He was up here on open, but you just jumped off. Let's see what we got here. So let's see, Brock said he's more interested in a bullish MPSV2. Shivam said I prefer a bearish move, but let's see how it plays out. Brock said, let me guess, my guess bullish news. These traders are expecting retracement. Yeah, because it's a mixed news event right now. It's coming out in about a minute, guys. So we have NAHB housing market index neutral, retail inventories low impact positive, and business inventories medium impact positive as well. It's not a big news event, so it's not meant to really push price anywhere. Okay, we have a sell signal here pending. Price never closed above this black line, so there's no MPSV2 that came up here. If this sell signal closes, then we'll be looking for possible sells at this point. Yeah, so the buyers are pretty much done. The consolidation is still going sideways right here. We have 1 minute till the news event comes out. Still consolidating within this range. On the clean chart, it's like between the 750 and the 700 price point right here. It's really just going between this point right here on the clean chart. All right, looks like this is a possible break and retest of this level here, the 700 level. So rejection off the whole number right here, possibly 700 price point. We have a rejection right here off the volume profile, looks like. Or no, not yet. That was just an adjustment. All right, so the 30-minute and 1 hour candles have closed. What I'm looking for here is a possible break and retest off that value high. We got the news candle right here. Market news. I think that's the only news event for today. Yeah. All right, so there's a news candle. What I'm looking for here now is I'm looking for possible break and retest off this value high right here. So I'm basically looking for this to come, I mean, it closed above it. I'm looking for it to come down, retest it, come back up. Same with the 1 hour. Looking for it to come down here, retest it and come back up. Same with the 1 minute, retest it, come back up. This is a possible MPSV2 if anybody's looking to take it. I don't have any confluences. So yeah, I don't have any confluences, but this is an MPSV2 setting up for a sell. Candle's kind of big though. So this is an MPSV2 for a sell. It was on news price, so it'd be a red flag. I wouldn't take this trade here personally. Red flag, candle's too big. There's too many red flags here. Candle's too big. It's also at the news price. I don't have any confluences here for rejection. The good thing here is that it's coming down to this point, right? So this is where I was looking for that rejection point. I'm okay with it coming down and then slingshotting right back up. So come down a little bit and then slingshot right back up. Same with the 1 hour. It hasn't touched it yet. There's a volume profile. No confluences there. The whole number here. So what might happen here is price might come back down to this resistance support level. Maybe climb back up like a head and shoulders right there. Inverted head and shoulders. Otherwise, if it doesn't, then My guess is that that's what's going to happen here. So full TP right there for the MPSV2 if anybody caught that. Nice, Sam actually caught it. Nice work, Sam. Yeah, Sam says break and retest is at 41,478 for buy break retest all the way down unless break the range. Yeah. So all of the entries have hit today, guys. We had an MPSV2 right here, A++ setup, another MPSV2 setup right here. They just didn't meet my criteria, so I don't have any confluences here for entry, at least not yet. So we're at a key price point now on the 1 hour right here at the value high. So I'm looking for a possible rejection and continuation back up. Something like that. There's nothing here off the volume profile. We did have a nice upper rejection right here off this high point, and price is now starting to dump back down. Next target price point here on the SR is going to be this 1 hour support resistance level. On the clean chart, we have a rejection right here off the whole number, the 600. So I'm looking for these confluences to start lining up. We have a rejection right here off the 1 hour time frame off the value high, 625. We have a rejection right here off the value high on the 30-minute. So you guys can see here the confluences are starting to line up, right? So we're starting to get these bottom rejections. So I'm going to be looking for possible buys here as price comes back up. So if price does swing back up, I'll be looking for possible opportunities here for a buy. I'm going to disregard this news price if price does come back up because it already came back and we tested it. So if it does come back up and my entry happens to happen around this news price, I'm probably going to disregard it. Let's see, check out the zones real quick. Yeah, so there's a gap level right here. This is the 1 hour gap level. $30-minute right there as well. I mean, if it ends up closing, we got a lot right here too, like Sam said. There's a lot of gaps right here on the 1 minute. Or this is the 5-minute actually. A lot of gap levels right there for bounces. Nothing here right now. So I'm going to keep waiting. I'm not here in a rush. I'm going to wait for my opportunity to come present itself. I mean, price can still come back down to the support level right here. So there's a lot of opportunities here for price to come back down further. So I'm really just waiting for that buy signal. Once I have that buy signal, I'll look for price to climb back up, but we don't have any confirmation of the continuation to the upside yet. Christian said, Kodi, the trade manager, is going to call Powell. Shabam said, but based on previous back tests with retail, after a fake out, it crashes down further. But this is bearish news regarding retail crazy for this pump to occur. I think it's a fake out for trap retail. Let's see. Yeah, so looking at the news here, retail inventories were positive. Any HB housing market index was actually really negative, and the business inventories were actually neutral. So we'll see what happens. It was mixed news, so we'll kind of wait and see. There's a buy signal here that's currently pending. It's got a minute left on it, so I'm gonna give it some time, of course. But if it does close, we'll have the buyers in control from right here. All right, so you guys see the big, nice rejection right here. That's what I was waiting for, right? Rejection off the value highs right here. So rejections right there on the 30-minute. Nothing here off the 1 minute yet. Rejection off the 1 hour. I'd like to see a break and retest here off the volume profile. Rejection off the point of control, that'd be nice. And then the whole number over here as well. Currently rejecting off this resistance level. I don't really like when it's an invalid buy signal, but We'll see. Let's see. Sam said he took a 41,667 looking for a sell, break and retest for a sell. Gosh, okay. So Sam caught the sell up here. I mean, it was a nice rejection off that point. Rejected right off the pivots too. So yeah, we'll kind of see what happens here. I mean, it looks like price might just be going back into consolidation. It might even respect this zone here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, price is still at this value high area. Hasn't really confirmed that it's going to push up yet. We do have a rejection right here off the point of control on the bottom end here for volume profile. So, I mean, this might come down further. Whole number rejection right here off the whole number, or that on our clean chart. So this is our clean chart right here. We have some rejections off the 650. It's also rejecting off the resistance right here. So there's like a mixed confluence here. We have rejections off the top end for support resistance. We have rejection off the clean chart here off the top end. We have rejection right here off the volume profile, but for the market profile, we have rejections on the bottom side. So I think the longer term move is going to be from the bottom push. Because right here on the 1 minute, we also have rejection off the value high. So rejection off the 1 minute, rejection off the 30-minute, rejection off the 1 hour. So I think the longer term move is going to push up. The shorter term move right here does have rejections off the volume profile 1 minute, clean chart right here 1 minute, and then also the SR chart as well. So it's kind of mixed. I think short term price might come down, long term price is going to push up. Not really long term, but more than the next few minutes. We have a buy signal here that just closed, or take that back, almost closed, but didn't end up closing. So still waiting for that buy signal to come up and close. Once it does, you're looking for the next opportunity here. Rejection off the top end. All right, so the buys here are starting to look more and more enticing. We have the rejection right there off the value high. So again, I just need to have some rejection or some confluences here on the other chart. So I'm looking for a volume profile rejection, a clean chart rejection, and then possibly a confirmation over here on the SR charts. We also need this buy signal to close. Once the buy signal closes, I can start looking for some possible buys here. We just don't have that yet. It's close, but it's not there yet. All right, no buy signal yet. We'll see what happens when it reaches this upper level. If it breaks through, or if it bounces off. But yeah, the longer term move here is looking good because we do have a nice rejection right here, right there, and right there. Now we just need some rejections right here on the other charts for more confluence. And realistically, we just need this buy signal here too. If the buy signal doesn't close, then I mean that's the key thing there. It's our catalyst. So we got 16 seconds left on this candle. I mean, if I have to wait till 7:30 to take entry, I'll wait till 7:30, but hoping we'll get some opportunity here before then. All right, perfect. We got the buy signal here now. So I'm looking for the MPS V2 for a buy. We got all the confluences here on the market profile. So market profile looking great for buys. Possible look for retracement here on the volume profile, maybe reject off the point of control, push up, so I can get that confluence there as well. Looking over here on the clean chart, possibly look for a break and retest off this level. So I can have a confluence right there for rejection. And the support resistance, it's currently in the middle right now. Possibly push up back to this upper level. But all right, that's what I'll be looking for here. Possible buy here for MPS V2. So we need to get that retracement, red candle, and then possible continuation up higher. Yeah, CJ said buy signal is acting like it doesn't want to close. Finally. All right, so I'm looking for this green candle to close above this black line right here. Get a green candle that closes above this black line. I'm gonna disregard news here because price has already tested it a couple times. So if it does break past it again, it's probably gonna keep pushing up. So this candle has to be for sure though. It can't be bouncing back and forth. It's got to be like somewhere up here. We got 20 seconds left on this candle. I'll keep watching it here to see if it closes up. We've got 10 seconds here. It's not looking like it's going to close above, so I'm going to wait for the next one. Yeah, wait for this next one here. Let's see, rejection, rejection. Okay, I have the confluence here on the volume profile now. Nothing on the clean chart, but everything else is kind of lining up pretty nicely. So I need to wait for this candle here to close. We're looking to get this for an MPSV2. It's got 20 seconds left on it. It's got to close above, can't be bouncing back and forth. 15 seconds left on it. It's got 5 seconds left on it. It's got to close above. If it doesn't, I'm not going to take it. 3, 2, 1.
Order submit.
All right, so I got in right here.
Order filled.
Let's see, exit's going to be at. So I actually got in that better entry here on my main one. Got in like right when it closed. So my exit's actually at 770 price point. I don't know where the other ones are at, but mine is actually, my exit is at 420.70. 420. Wait, why is price difference here? 420. Oh, it's because I rolled over already. So I rolled over my contract. My price is actually a bit different from where it's currently at right now on my Ninja. So I'm gonna have to watch it just to see where it's currently at because the contract rollover happened already, I believe. So I gotta make sure that like my pricing is different right now for the for YM. I don't know if you guys rolled over your contracts, but the rollover is happening this month for March. Okay, so I can't get exact prices. I just gotta watch it on my chart. My pricing is I'm currently at 42,044. And then over here on the trading view, it's currently at 42,000. It's at 41,000 actually. Yeah.
Stop filled.
Fuck, I got stopped out. All right, it's all good. I got stopped out on that trade. Fuck, I forgot the contract roll. It threw me off because I was gonna adjust my TP stop loss, but I can't because so it didn't hit stop loss on here, but because my contract rolled over on Ninja, it stopped me out on it. That's all good. I mean, took stop loss on that. It happens, it's part of the game. So I'll continue to look for any possible opportunities here. The trade's technically still running. If anybody got into it and the trade's still technically running, but because my price difference, I couldn't adjust it. Like I would have to do the math on the Ninja Trader chart, but it's okay. I didn't have enough time to make the adjustments on there. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. So one trade over here, I mean, technically stopped out for me. It's still technically running, but it stopped out for me. The other trades over here did hit. So we had 3 wins and then 1 loss for the day for all of the entries that have showed up. I'm gonna have to go on a different chart for tomorrow. So I'm not gonna change the chart today, but I'm gonna leave it on here for now, because we already did all of our markups on here. There's no need for me to kind of shift it over. Tomorrow we're gonna have to use the June contract. Yeah, because this is where price is for mine right now. This is the actual price because I rolled over to June contract. I mean, either way, the trade, let's see. So the MPSV2 came up right here. It closed right here. Yeah, it would have stopped out on this one. So it would have stopped out on this one, but because of pricing difference on the trading view chart, it didn't stop out. It's still actually running right now. All right, so we'll keep following here. I mean, it hit stop loss already, so I'm gonna count this as a loss, of course. But the yeah, this thing's still kind of pushing through. Yeah, CJ said his price was at 42,048, stopped out for 7 points in profit. Yeah, I thought I was going to hit TP2 because it was in profit already. And it ended up like I was in profit about like I think 12 to 14 points. I was almost at the halfway mark, and it ended up turning. I got to keep that in mind in the future. So I got to remember that the when I roll over the contracts, I got to switch my chart to a different one. That was a big spike on that red candle right there, though. Price pretty much came up, spiked down really sharply, and then it came right back up. Zones right here. Oh, that's cool. So the trade here is still technically running if you guys take it at these price points. Again, I think if you take it on Ninja, you probably got it out, unless you're using the older contract. So if you're using the March contract, you're probably still in a position. If you're using the June contract, you're obviously out. I'm on the June contract right now. We'll keep looking for opportunities here. I mean, this entry was good. The only thing here that I can kind of call out that could have been avoided was the news price. So I did kind of jump the gun on this trade because of the red flag right there. But like I said earlier, this has already been retested. So that's why I was okay with taking it. The thing here is you can see how the manipulation happened here at the pink line. Price closed above, spiked down and grabbed this area right here, and then it shot right back up to where it was supposed to go. Yeah, I mean, everything else looked good for that, though. We had the rejections off the bottom end. Right there after 30, right there after 1 hour. Right there after volume profile. So the confluences were there. It's just one of those entries that just, is unlucky for the most part because of the spikes in price. And also because of the contract rollover. So I would still consider this a good loss for me personally. I follow the rules. The only thing here that I could have probably avoided was the news price, of course. Nice. CJ re-entered at 42,048 and it just hit TP. Nice, solid. Yeah, let me see where it's at currently on the June contract. I was so confused when I got into the position. I was like wondering why the price was so off. Yeah, the rollover here it's off by like, let's see. Let me go back to the main chart. It's a good thing I didn't adjust it because if I adjusted it too much, I mean, obviously would have moved in profit. But this over here, it's currently off by maybe like 200 or 300 points. Usually the contract shift gives some leeway about 200 to 300 points, and that's kind of where it's at right now. It's at 41,712 on the continuous, and it's at 42.48 on the June contract. All right, the trade's still, I mean, it's still bouncing back and forth right now. I don't know if anybody is still in it. I guess it depends on where you executed your trade. If you executed it directly on TradingView, you're probably running off these prices and you're probably still in it. Or if you didn't roll over. This is one of those trades that I don't really like. See how this thing's been running for so long? Typically, the MPSV2 will hit within like the first 2 minutes, right? If you look over here, MPSV2 hit after the second minute. Same with the A++. Same with this one over here, hit on the first candle. Okay, so the trade did hit. So looking at this here, unfortunately, we got caught, or most of us got caught with the NinjaTrader pricing. So we were on the June contract. We got stopped out. But looking over here on the continuous chart, it did hit TP. So I mean, it just depends on where you executed your trade. Whether you took it on NinjaTrader, whether you took it on TradingView, whether you took it on any other platform. It just depends on the pricing. If your pricing was set to this, you would have been okay. If your pricing was set to the June contract, you probably would have hit your stop loss. So we're going to count it as a loss, of course, but you can see over here, this candle was just it was like one of those random candles that came spiked out and then it shot all the way back up to where it was supposed to go. It happens, it's just part of the game with trading. So you got to move on and just look for the next entry here. But here, I'll mark these up right now, or I'll wait for a little bit. I'll mark these up at the end of the session so that you guys can kind of see, what came up for today. But yeah, let's just continue to analyze here and see if there's anything else that may come up. There's no big contracts that have came in yet. I'm looking over here at the time and sales to see if anything's really come in, any specific price points to look out for. I saw a bunch of sell, so let me actually check that real quick. This was at 7:15, 7:16. Yeah, not really. Saw a fat sell over here for like about 10 contracts, but that was about it. Yeah, no, I don't really see anything there. The only thing I can think of is news price. I don't think there was any other news events here. Let me update CNBC. No breaking news for today yet so far. A couple hours ago, statement from the Treasury Secretary Bessett. S&P 500 ticks higher as benchmark continues to continue comeback for correction. So here it's indicating that the market's going to be bullish for correction. Retail sales increased 0.2% in February, though spending up less than expected. And Treasury Secretary Bessett says White House is heading off a guaranteed financial crisis. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. All right, so let's see if there's any other opportunities here, guys. Price is currently back into the range from earlier. So this range that we marked up earlier over here, price is back into this range. This is a pre-market range, or not pre-market, pre-news range. Price moved around here. News happened at 7 o'clock, came down a little bit, and then it pushed back into the range. So the same range that was happening up here, price is back into this area here as well. Got here. All right, so I don't really see the sellers get back in control here. The buyers, I mean, I guess technically we could see the sellers kind of push price down from right here and then literally push price right back up right after. We did get that sell signal right there. Pending buy signal right here. So let's see, we're getting closer to the 730 candle. The 730 candle is probably going to do the same thing that's been happening right here. We're above the value high, so we might get another, this candle's going to close in 2 minutes, break and retest of this area and climb up higher. I think the buyers are still in control here at this point for the most part. All right, we got a minute 45 on this 30-minute candle, and the 1 hour candle is still running. Hey, what's up, Brock? Brock is back. Looking over here at the volume profile, there's not really much going on here. Price is sitting at the point of control. This one over here, price is rejecting off the whole number, the 700 price point. And then we got price kind of just consolidating within this support resistance level right here. Hey, Brock. There was an MPS V2 that came up right here at 715. A lot of us got stopped out of it though because pricing was different. We rolled over the contract. So if you were on the continuous, this entry would have hit. But if you were on the one that we were on, we're on June already now. So we rolled over to June contract. It hit stop loss. So it spiked right here. It basically entered, it spiked to stop loss, and then it went all the way back up to TP. The only thing here that I could have avoided, which I probably should have avoided, but it's, this has kind of been the theme for the past couple weeks, is the news price right here. Price was at news price, so I should have avoided this trade if I was following my rules strictly, but I was a little bit more relaxed on this here because it was a low impact news event, low impact to medium impact news event, plus price already tested it. So price came down and then came back up. So it's all good. It's just one of those trades. Also, this one ran further than the other, Brock. So if you look at this one, all of the other MPS V2s hit within a minute or two. This one over here ran for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 minutes before it actually, went through. So it was just one of those entries that, like, either way, it would have been stressful holding on to it because it went on for so long. We have a possible MPS V2 setting up over here for a sell. Let me see. Okay, I would be careful for this. So looking at this so far, it looks like it's doing that break and retest that I was looking for. Basically break and retest off the value high. Same with the 30-minute here. Price is currently just opened here. So another possible break and retest off the value high and push up higher. If you guys want to take this for an MPS V2, I'll look for it for you guys. But looking at it so far, just for my confluences, I think it's gonna be tricky to take this as a because we do have the bottom rejection here off the 1 hour. I think buys here would be more ideal. There's no other confluences here right now at the moment. So I'll be looking for the MPS V2 here for a sell for you guys to follow. I'm following my rule for the day, guys. One loss and I'm out for the day. So I'm not really looking to take any more entries. I just got to stick to my game plan. I think this trade over here kind of threw off my psychology a little bit because of the rolled contract. I'm like kind of worried to take entries here now because you can see here on the continuous it did hit, but on the rolled it wouldn't have. So I mean, I can go over here and do my analysis on the June contract, but I think we're so late into the session that there's kind of no point for me to go back and just mark up all the charts for the June contract. So we'll see where it ends up here. Yeah, Sam's is staying out as bad price action for him. Yeah. I don't think this is a good area right now for some sells, personally. It looks like price here is kind of sticking to the news price. See how price kind of pushes away, comes right back down, pushes below, pulls right back to it. I think this is kind of a tricky area to be looking because it's really just in a big range. If you look over here, it's in a really big range. And the consolidation zone is actually, stuck up here. So probably not the best place to be looking for opportunity. We have a buy signal here currently pending. If that's the case, buyers back in control right here. Christian's asking, how can I find the June contract? So the June contract it's YMM 2025. So type in YMM 2025, that's a symbol for it. Yeah. We're moving from the H to the M. So March was H, we're on M for June contract. You want to be on the June contract though. So like rolling over it, that wasn't a bad move. Like you want to roll over to the future contract because that's where all the volatility is going to be. The March contract's about to expire, so everybody's going to move to the June contract eventually. They're not there yet, but they are probably going to move over as we get closer to June. You'll see the price will start to it'll start to close in. So right now it's off by like 200 to 300 points by contract, but as we get closer to June, it's going to get closer and closer to the actual price because everyone's going to move to the June contract. That's why the movement was a little different on that one. Hey, what's up, Aaron? It's been good, man. How you been? Been traveling, huh? With those trading retreats. It's been good over here so far. We're kind of sticking to like we haven't really changed very much. We're sticking to our directional scalps. So for the day so far, we had about 3 entries come up here. I rolled over my contract. I'm pretty sure you rolled over your contracts too for March, or no, for from March to June. So unfortunately, we had pretty much all wins here on the continuous chart, but this one over here lost for me and for most people here because on the June contract, the pricing was off by like 300 points. So we actually spiked to stop loss and then it pushed back up. But over here, it spiked to close to stop loss and then it went right back up from there. I was tempted to re-enter, but like what CJ did, but no, once I took that stop loss, I know if I was to re-enter, that'd be a FOMO move or some sort of uh emotional trade. So we got a buy signal here, guys. Let's see if we have any confluences from the bottom end. So we got some confluences. I mean, I guess somewhat of a rejection here off the value high. On the 30-minute, we also have rejection off the value high, 1 hour rejection. So the market profile is indicating some nice buys right now. Volume profile, also rejection here off the point of control. On the clean chart, we have a rejection right here off the whole number, the 700 price point. So the buys here actually are looking really good. We're currently in the 1 hour support resistance level, but it's rejecting off the bottom level right here. So if you guys are looking to take an MPSV2, for me, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sit out of this because I'm following my rule of 1 loss for the day and I'm done. But if you guys do want to take this, I'll mark it up for you guys here if it comes up. Again, you need to have a green candle that closes above this black line right here. Once it closes above this black line, this is going to be an MPSV2. Didn't close above it yet. Close to it, but not exactly. It's not quite. Need that green candle close above this line here. Still not there. All right, it looks like we're probably not gonna get that buy here, guys. Sell signal is trying to come back up. Not. Looks like price might be coming back up. So we had price kind of dump down here very sharply, and then price is coming back up. So if the green candle still closes above this area, it hasn't invalidated this buy signal. The buy signal is still there. So the sell signal never closed on this one. So this here could still be an MPSV2. Let's see if this candle here closes MPSV2 for a buy. I think this price action here is looking a little tricky, guys. So I don't know if you guys want to take it at your own risk. I will mark it up for you guys here to follow. Let's see, rejection here off the value high. The confluences look good, but the price action is looking a little tricky if you guys are, if you want to be conservative about this entry here. But and the candle here is a little big too. All right, candle's closing in about 20 seconds. So I guess you guys have to make a decision here if you want to take this entry or not. Got 13 seconds till the candle close. Confluences look good so far. So, I mean, this could be a good entry, but there's a lot of things here to look out for. The price action's kind of jumpy. The candle's a little big. All right, so entry's running. I'll follow it for you guys here. I'm not in the position, but I'm following it here for you guys. If anybody is looking to take it. Yeah, Siobhan said he's sticking with one loss for the day. Same here. I'm sticking with the one loss, and then I'm just gonna, I'll come back fresh tomorrow. Yeah, CJ said trend meter's starting to hurt, starting to look like a blueberry swirl, fruit roll up, and higher time frames are ranging. I'm staying out. Yeah, I'm not in this position, guys. I'm following it for you guys, but you guys can see over here, like what I said, the price action here is kind of all over the place. It was kind of, we were looking for the entry right away, and it sharp dropped down right here, and then it came right back up. It's just it's been really choppy around this area where the news price was, right? So where our entry came up earlier, this is our earlier entry. See how price kind of it started to spike around a lot, which we don't really like. We don't like when that's happening because we don't want to trade in a ranging market or in a consolidating market. We want to trade when price is climbing up nicely or when it's dropping nicely, right? It doesn't matter if it's going up or if it's going down. We just want a consistency of direction. Right here, this is kind of going back and forth very sharply. You get like big candles here that kind of just pop up. And it's not exactly the type of price action that we like to trade in. ATR is currently at 30 right now. So we have right here, price is still running. It's currently in profit. But like I said, see how this one here ran for about like 10 minutes? Like this strategy is not supposed to run for 10 minutes. It's supposed to run for like maybe 1 or 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. But it's not supposed to linger for too long. Yeah. You can see it from the earlier entries, like this one hit in 2 minutes, this one hit in 2 minutes, this one hit in 1 minute. The longer you hold on to the position for a scalp, the more risk you're at, because these entries are supposed to hit right away. So if it lingers for more than a minute or more than, I wouldn't say a minute, if it lingers for more than like 2 or 3 minutes, then at that point you might want to pull out and profit, or you might want to just I guess shave some positions off, because you put yourself more at risk the longer you hold on to a scalp. It'll turn into a day trade like it did right here. Of course, this one did hit, but like I said, the price action here is not very great. Let's see if there's anything else going on right now. Don't really see anything on CNBC. Let's check BizTalk. Let's see, fresh. Couple of breaking news events here. So Putin approves US hedge fund to buy Russian securities. Yeah, that's kind of unusual. So basically, the US is now investing in Russia. Well, this specific hedge fund, 683 Capital Partners. Interesting. Trump Putin to discuss Ukraine war resolution. I guess that's happening today. Chinese mine blamed for Zambia river pollution crisis. Congo to engage in peace talks with M23 rebels. All right, I don't really see too much. Well, I don't see any breaking news here that's really going to affect the market directly. aside from Trump and Putin meeting, but yeah, let's go back to the charts. All right, so the trade's still running. Looks like it's about to hit TP, but again, these are one of those entries that like I would kind of be a little worried about because it's running for too long. Kind of similar to the last one right here. So I do have trust that this is probably going to hit, but I mean, at this point, it's been running for about 5 minutes now. It's a little too long. It's turning into the scalp is starting to shift into like more of a day trade if it starts to last for too long. Also, the ATR here is kind of lower than what we're used to. We're used to seeing it at like 40, 50 from last week. It's currently below 30 now. So each candle here is not enough to like blast the TP as much as it did in the past. It's about 25 candles left in profit right now. About to hit TP. Full TP right there. If you guys caught that, nice work. If you guys didn't, it's okay. I didn't take the trade there. But you guys can see the entries are hitting. Let me check. I want to see how it looks like on the June contract. It did the same thing. So entry happened right here. This one actually hit way earlier. Yeah, so on the June contract. Looks like we literally just got unlucky on this trade. Because that huge spike spiked us out. And then over here, you can see everything else is pretty much hitting. Pretty much every other entry here hit. This is an MPSV2 from earlier this morning. Price came up. MPSV2 hit right there. There was no A++ setup here though. See how that kind of unusual, right? So right here we had the MPSV2. We didn't have an A++ setup. There was a buy signal, V1 engulfing, and then there was no V1 engulfing over here. Price came down the opposite way. I think there was an NPSV2 that came up right here too. Yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like the only entry that lost today was one that I personally decided to take. Everything else here hit. So we had NPSV2, NPSV2. This one over here unfortunately spiked to our stop loss, but then it did hit TP after. And then same with this one over here. This one pushed up and then it went to the TP right there as well. So it's all good. It's one of those days, right? Just got to brush it off and move on to the next trading day. But looking at this so far, pretty good setups over here overall. Yeah, the candles were a little different here too. So like over here, we had the red candle. This one over here, we didn't have it on the June contract. This candle right here. So just slight discrepancy in price structure and movement and stuff. But other than that, I think this is going to be pretty much it for the day, guys. We're getting closer to 8 o'clock and it's just, yeah, I think this is going to be about time for me to wrap it up soon. Yeah, CJ said it's always the one Sean decides to take. I know, right? The setup was good, conferences were good, but just that one setup is the one that didn't hit. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hop into the chat. I'll take a screenshot of these trades here. These are all the trades that came up for the day. Trade entries. 3 MPS 2 full TPs, 1 8 setup, full TP, 1 MPS V2 stop loss hit. Yeah, so there goes the setups for the day, guys. If you guys want to go back and review it, take a screenshot of it right there. I mean, it was a pretty decent day. It was a choppier than usual day. So yeah, those are the entries for the day. MPS V2, A++. Yeah, MPS V2 right here, A++ setup. Right here, MPS V2, MPS V2 right there. Actually, yeah, I mean, I gotta change this a little bit, but I just realized that so there's actually 4 of them that came up. I'll put this here. Just so that we have this in our stats, so we understand like, okay, where did the loss come from? How did the loss happen? Stuff like that. All right, yeah, so there's 4 entries here. There's one right here, one MPSV2, one A++ setup, one MPSV2 right here, another MPSV2 setup right there, and then one last one right here before we got to the close. So, I mean, overall, pretty decent. Just unlucky today with this one. Let's see, Barack said, by the way, I got a warning from FTMO on my risk appetite, slowing down a bit. My Apex 2 has consistency issues. It appears I need to relax. Yeah, I think because you're, and here's your profit so far. So Barack over here locked in 7,659. Nice work, Barack. The thing is, I think, like from my understanding with your entries, Barack, your entries aren't, they're not consistent. Like sometimes you have like some huge profits, sometimes you have smaller profits, and that's like it's gonna mess with your consistency. So yeah, you probably want to be a little careful with the entries that you take. Because I know sometimes you want to take entries that are kind of like, some YOLO entries or you hold on to them for too long. And that's gonna mess with your consistency. For me, I'm always taking the same entries. I'm only taking NPSV2s for like a fixed target. So for the most part, I'm usually gonna be okay. But all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Discord or I mean wherever really. Let's see, CJ said, I wondered why the A++ setup didn't show up on the June contract. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let's go check real quick. There was just no engulfing there. So looking over here on the continuous contract, CJ, this is the only thing I can tell is that we had a small red candle right here, right? Right after the MPSV2. So looking over here, YMM 2025. Yeah, so this over here was a doji candle, CJ. It didn't show any red. That's why. The other one had a little bit of red. This one was a doji. It was just like a flat body candle with no body. So that's why I didn't have this one would have been an engulfing. So the A++ would have came up, but for whatever reason, the price difference, there was no body there. So no body. And then over here on the regular continuous contract, there was a small body, like a really, really small body. So Barack said, could this rollover be implemented automatically? It could, if you're too late so if it's like June already, then it would automatically roll over. But this morning, it gave me the option. It asked me if I wanted to roll over to June, and I said yes, because normally I do roll over to the future contract. So yeah, CJ said I didn't see it when you announced it, so I was confused. I had already rolled over my contract. Yeah, same here, CJ. You did the right move. You should roll over because everybody's moving to the new contract. It's just the difference between the March and the June contract. So I think everybody's gonna roll over eventually. This is the first day, so like I think people who didn't start trading have not rolled over. That's why the volatility on the June contract was different from this one. There's more spikes. Like if you look at, there's a spike here on this one, but the spike on this one wasn't as big as the other. So let's see. I'll measure this real quick. The spike on this one was about like a 39-point spike, right? Let's go over to YMM 2025. The spike on this one was a lot further. It was about 47 points. So see how we got screwed on this one because we were on the June contract? The other one on the continuous only spiked about 39 points. This spiked 47 points. So that's why I got screwed. I actually got in at better pricing. That's why I was kind of pissed off because I was like, what the hell? I got in at better pricing. Like I got in lower, but because the spike here was such a big spike, I ended up getting stopped out, which is super annoying because I actually got in right here, guys, like below. But you can see over here, if price pushed down, it was still 30 points. It was literally at 30 points. So go figure, I had the worst luck today. I got in at a better price and I still got stopped out. So, All right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. It's 7:52 right now. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. If you guys are just joining in, we had about hey, what's up, Samir? Morning. We had about I posted on the Discord. We had how many trades today? We had 4 MPS V2s hit full TP. We had one A++ setup and then one stop loss. If you were on the June contract, if you're on the continuous, or if you are on March, you probably still would have survived the move. But for me here, I got stopped out because the candles were different for June. Samir said, I think for starters, Brock takes my profits. He makes profits and I miss. I don't know how to be here and avoid seeing his profits. It messes me up psychologically, though. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, guys, you should never focus on other people's profits, right? Just focus on your own profits in your own account and stay in your own lane. That's how I kind of, like, for example, today we had all these entries come up. I didn't take them because they didn't meet my criteria. And then when I had a loss right here, I was pretty much done for the day. So like my recommendation to a lot of people is, just stay in your own lane. Like when you're trading, focus on your own trading, focus on your own profits. Don't look at other people's profits, even though they post them up. It's okay to look at them, but don't let them like influence your next move, right? For me, my trading plan is my trading plan is if I have a loss, I'm done for the day, right? I took my loss here, even though the trade won, and I didn't take this one, but this one here won as well. So you just got to stick to what your trading plan is, and you got to stick to what you're doing, and just continue executing your trading plan. Because if you start to focus on other people's profits, or you start to focus on like what other people are doing, like for example, Brock here, he takes more than me for the most part. Like I'm very conservative with my entries, but Brock here took quite a bit, right? He took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries, and that's fine. His trading plan allows him to take those types of entries and stuff like that. But for me, I'm sticking to what I do and what I'm good at. So yeah, just gotta like, focus on what your plan is and what your trading strategy is and stuff like that. Because it doesn't really matter like what other people are doing. Realistically, if you guys really think back to it, it doesn't matter what other people are doing because you're in control of your account and whatever you do on your account is really what matters to you. Because if Brock's winning and you're losing, or if I'm winning and you're losing, or I'm losing and you're winning, at the end of the day, it's your account. So like a lot of people here, they locked in some pretty good profits off these trades. For me personally, I just ended up with this one. So it's all good. Yeah, Samir said I was very careful on how I worded the above. I didn't want to get on his bad side. He's been really helpful, but man, I think it tips me over and I find myself going for bigger positions. Yeah, no, I mean, that's just how it is, right? Like I said, you just have to like stick to your game plan. I don't adjust my contract sizes to what other people are doing. Like I think Brock here, he's taking about like 50 contracts or 50 lots. For me, I'm taking 10 contracts. So I'm not taking it nearly as much. But that's all up to my risk appetite. So like, yeah, I follow what contract sizes I need to take. I follow what strategies I need to take, and I just stick to my game plan. Let's see, Frenchie said, what chart are you changing to since this one didn't match Ninja Trader? We're going to be using YMM 2025 method. Because so if you trade futures, you have to switch to like the current contract. We're currently in March right now. So the contracts go from March, June, September, December, and then back to March. So March is almost over. Today's March 17th. So when this month is done, everyone's going to be moving to the June contract. So it'll be YMM 2025. So tomorrow morning, I'll be doing all of my analysis on this chart here on YMM 2025. And then once the contracts are fully moved over, I'll move back to the continuous contract. So that we're all on the same page. Because the price difference right now is about 300 points. So it's pretty spread right now. Right now it's 41,667 on the continuous, and then on my June contract, it's at 42,200. It's actually off by a lot. Yeah, it's off by 300, almost 400 points right now. Let's see, Glenn's asking, was the 754 candle a good one? Let's see. 754, yes, it was a good one. This is an NPS V2 that came up right here. So you guys can see the strategies are hitting. I mean, unfortunately, again, we keep going back to the one that I took here. I was just unlucky on this one because of the contract that we were on. Everything else has been hitting. So we another MPS right there, another full TP. This was a good candle. We had the sell signal here. Price broke and closed below this area. Retest, retraced right here, and then it came back down on this red candle. So this was an entry right here for MPSB2, and it it played out perfect. Go figure, right? It's just our luck today. Let's see. Samir's asking, when is the next mentorship, please? I was wondering how to get the extra confluences that are not in the rules for the MPSB2. I hear you talk market profile. Yeah, so we don't have anything scheduled for today or tomorrow. So I actually don't talk about supply and demand. That's Barack. So Barack uses supply and demand. I don't use supply and demand at all. I use market profile. That's correct. I use market profile. So here's my main chart. This is like with my tools, and then I have market profile here on the 1 minute, market profile on the 30 minute, market profile on the 1 hour. I have volume profile over here. This is my clean chart, and then I have support and resistance. So these are the ones I use. I don't use supply and demand. I mean, supply and demand could line up with support and resistance. It could line up with a lot of other things. But for me personally, I don't use supply and demand. Brock uses it, which is good. I mean, it's good for the people who actually use it and use it properly. But for me personally, I think it's a little overkill because I already have I have the trend chart here too. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 charts that I'm looking at. So if I added another one, I'd have 9 charts to look at. It's not really. I think it's overkill for me personally. It does help and it does work if you know how to use it properly. But I mean, Barack might be able to help you with that if that's something you want help with. But yeah, there's no mentoring session scheduled for this week, guys. I'll have to check my schedule. I'll probably let you guys know by tomorrow, but I can't do it tomorrow. I could possibly do it on Wednesday. So if you guys want to have a group mentoring session on Wednesday, just let me know. I'll probably put a poll here in the Discord if you guys want to vote on it, or if you guys are interested, just chime in. Like if you guys want a group mentoring session on Wednesday, just go to the team chat, say group mentoring session Wednesday, and then I'll schedule it for you guys. That's probably the closest date that I can do it. I can't do it today. It's kind of last minute. I think a lot of people are not going to be able to attend. And I can't do it tomorrow, but I can do it on Wednesday if you guys would like that. So yeah, I'll put a go to the Discord here, guys, and if you guys want to just chime in, I don't know how to do polls. Oh, here we go. Group mentoring session Wednesday or next week. I'll just put Wednesday. Yes. No. 24 hours. Okay. Yeah, so you guys can vote right here. If you guys want it, if there's enough people who want it, we'll do it. If people don't want it, they want it some other day or some next week, we'll schedule it for a future day. All right. I think that's it for the day, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I think we'll be good. But all right, guys. So today we had about 6 entries that came up. They pretty much all hit except for this one over here. If you were on the June contract, which is the same one I took. So just a day of unlucky trades, unfortunately. But we're in the beginning of the week, so we have a whole week ahead of us, guys. We'll have another win tomorrow, and then we'll bounce back into profit as we continue on. So I think that's about it. So, all right, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we are all done.